Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 22 minutes after 9 o'clock, and joining us in studio this morning, Eliot Rodriguez back with us with a new home, now with the Loan Depot. Good morning, Eliot. How you doing today?
I'm doing all right.
Good.
Good morning, Roswell.
Good deal.
It's been a few.
It's been, the weather's been a little crazy this last couple days here, up and down, hot one minute, windy and cold the next, but a little rain here and there. So, that's... I see the world we live in. It's not deterring people from buying homes. Seems like houses, as soon as they go up on the market, there's multiple offers and things are going pretty quick right now. So if you're a seller, it's a great market to be in. But buyer gets a little competitive right now. So
very competitive.
Yeah.
I mean, it's been awesome as we've been talking for the past 2 years, which has been crazy to say the least. It's not slowing down. I mean, rates are going up a little, you know, which we were anticipating. You know, we was hoping that it lasted a little longer.
Well, inflation's gone crazy, which means everything's going up, including interest rates and everything else.
What's happening over there in Russia, what's happening in the market, the oil, the energy, you name it, it's all a chain reaction. You know what I mean? The Feds are trying to do everything in their power to control things, but they only can do so much.
Sure.
You know, so
absolutely. It's the world we live in.
Exactly. Like we always say, we always adjust and move on. You know?
Exactly. You just kind of plan accordingly and ride the wave as best you can. That's kind of how it works. So, but for folks who don't know, Eliot, pretty much since about the first of the year, I'm guessing, so around that time, you've called Loan Depot home now, which ultimately was a decision for you and your family to best for you guys to say, hey, this is the opportunities for me and my family are better here, and at the end of the day, you look at it and say, what I can do for my customers is also a little bit better here too. So it's a win-win for everybody.
It really is. I'm an animal that don't like change. I'm very
Once you got it set, you're like,
I don't want to change
don't
anything.
mess with it.
Well, I started looking at a lot of different things that were taking place, and and the opportunity came along to be able to do better for my customers and to our partners. Okay, so in that way, real estate agents will be even happier. You know? So that's even something great. Because the whole idea is it's a team effort. Okay. I cannot do anything without my borrower.
Sure.
And I cannot do nothing without the real estate agent helping my borrower.
At the end of the day, you don't have a big vault full of money that you can just pass out any way you want to. You're handing out Loan Depot's money. They kind of have rules on how they want their money handed out.
You know what? It sounds like Ellie has a bunch of money, but it's not Elliott's money. It never has been. No, you know what? It was an awesome opportunity that I just had to take.
Sure.
And for me and my family, and for the community, and I wanted to take it to the next level. And I thought about it for a long time. What I was going to do, and I was loving where I was. I was doing great. Okay, but to be able to take it to the next level and be able to help even more people, I have to do a change.
Sure.
Okay, and the opportunity came along. They reached out to me before a long time ago. Like I said, I don't like change.
It wasn't the right opportunity at that moment.
The right timing.
Life changed and things happen. Absolutely.
And I'm just thrilled because I can do way more than what I was doing before, and now bringing a powerhouse to the town.
Sure,
that's something else too. Right now Loan Depot is the largest lender in town, which is really cool because I can actually say that without blinking. Okay, and I can do even more for my borrowers. If you guys go and check me up online on Facebook, you can see some of the stuff that I already posted. Okay. We can go lower in the interest, in the credit scores to be able to help some people that, all the lenders may have said no to them.
Sure.
Which is another big thing to me, because like you and I always talk,
Yeah.
I do have a side for the first-time buyers.
If I remember right, and correct me if I'm wrong on this, because I remember seeing like an advertisement for Loan Depot a couple years ago, and it was, I think, some of the original owners, creators of Loan Depot, and it was, and if I remember right, and if there's anything I'm saying wrong here, please correct me. But if I remember right, it really started with this group of people that were basically, and God, granted, these are people with little money. They weren't,
of course,
people with some money, but they were basically a bunch of people said, you know what, we're tired of playing the rules of your Merrill Lynch's and Fannie Mae's and Bernie Mac's and all these old school staple names in the loaning industry.
Correct.
And they said, you know what, we're going to do it. And we're going to do it this way. That's something more for the people, not for the stodgy corporate boardroom guy,
Exactly.
and that's kind of the way Loan Depot started, if I'm remembering it right.
Well, yeah, I mean,
and now they've grown it into this one of the largest companies in the U.S. today.
Exactly. I mean, we literally right now in the United States, we are number 2, okay, non-bank, okay, lender. That's huge, okay, and that was one of the reasons why I waited for a while to figure out where I was going to go if I decided to ever do anything. Because if I'm going to do something, it needs to be an opportunity for me and my family and my partners and customers.
Yeah.
Because if the customers are not getting the benefit of it, there's no need for change.
Sure.
Okay. But if I can do more and take care of my, the people around me, everybody's successful, everybody's happy, it's a no-brainer.
Sure.
And they're huge. They're 12 years old, the company. They're the second largest, in the United States. I mean, that's huge. Number 5 in retail. Okay. And that's something else that, I was thinking if I ever do something, I wanted to bring something into town that's going to help my people. Okay. It can't be just about money all the time, like a lot of people always think, because to be honest and be a little transparent, I got other places that even offer me more money.
Sure.
Okay. And I was thinking, so if I take more money, what is that going to, it trickles down to the borrowers who's going to pay the price later.
Sure.
Okay. So the more money you make, what are you sacrificing? All right. So it wasn't about money. It was about taking it to the next level to be able to take care of the customers, and that in my side, that's a big thing to me, because not many people that know me, personally, if you know me personally, it's not about money for me. It's about taking care of the consumer.
Sure.
And if I can do that, and take it to the next level, it's a win-win.
Absolutely.
And it's huge,
And just pulling back curtain here, like my mortgage and everything's
I'm aware of that.
under Loan Depot. And of course, there wasn't a local agent when we went
Correct.
through and we talked. And I will say this, even without a local agent, they were great to work with and everything else. Now, with the added bonus of having you in town, and someone can actually talk to someone local right here, boom, boom, handle the business. If you don't have the ability to go through the gauntlets and things like that, that's where Eliot's here local, and
Exactly.
he can do all that kind of stuff
Makes
for
a big
you.
difference.
It does. So I'm thinking, like I dealt with Loan Depot nationally without a local person in there, and it was good, a good experience. It's going to be 10 times better now with Eliot sitting there saying, you know what, I've got an advocate for you here in the same room.
Exactly.
And that does make a huge difference.
And I'm building a team, so it's not just going to be me, I'm building a team, and in the near future, I'm in the process of getting a location here in town as well.
Sure.
And that way people can come and, knock the door and they'll let me leave the office,
Yeah, you're getting your office, and we'll have a permanent address here for you and everything.
Yeah, surely,
Now it's just to get you by phone, and he'll come to
Exactly.
you or whatever.
Yeah, nothing have changed. I'm still taking care of people the same as I always did,
Yeah.
and just even better.
Absolutely.
So that's the part that is so excited, because I can accomplish a lot more for the folks in town.
Sure.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, with me, I dealt with Loan Depot a lot, and a lot for home mortgages, things like that. But I'm guessing they do equal for your commercial, all that. It's so if you're looking for loans for not just residential but commercial, all that, Loan Depot does that stuff too?
The commercial side, they do something else.
Okay.
It wouldn't be me, but I can actually refer somebody.
So it's something, but it's not part of your department. But
Exactly.
if folks have those needs, you can combine all
I can
that.
send
and
them
do
the
all
right
that.
place.
So if you're using Loan Depot for your home stuff, you can use them for your commercial too. It's just what to put you in touch with a different representative.
Exactly, and we're in the technology side of the house. I mean, we way ahead of everybody else when it comes to technology. Okay, and that's another thing that I was thinking. Like if I was going to do something, if I was going to go somewhere that pays me even more money, what do they have?
Especially in the world of COVID now, where we were that industry was going electronic anyway. COVID kind of forced the matter to happen maybe a little faster than some companies wanted it
Correct.
to. But Loan Depot was on the cutting edge. That was part of their game plan from day one of starting the company, was making
Correct.
ease of access, making it to where it isn't the tradition, like combining the best of tradition and true with technology and ease of access, and saying, you know what, we do have a way where we can do this without having you set a formal date to come in and sign and do all this. Now we can do electronic signings. We can, get a verbal authorization over a phone or a electronic email signature, things that now you physically don't have to drive to a place just to sign something.
No, it's so crazy, isn't it?
Yeah, and
I mean,
so
it has changed the whole entire world the planet works when it comes to all this.
Especially in the home loan process, which, let's face it, it can be a lengthy process sometimes.
It can be,
especially if they're doing their due diligence research on things, and it's not uncommon for a back and forth with that, where you call and say, hey, they have a question about this here. Can you write a letter for me or give me some more information about this? And then that's just part of the normal process of a loan process.
Exactly.
There's always one or two things, and you're like, oh, that was from this. Okay, cool, we get it. Let's just make a little quick note explaining that, and then then it's not a problem. We can move on. But they just anything that looks out of the norm, they doesn't necessarily disqualify you. They just want to know what that's all about sometimes. So and so that's where that process can happen a lot faster.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, right now, I mean, in New Mexico, our average was 30 to 35 days. Okay, closing, getting it to close. And now it's changing. I mean, I'm even doing quicker than that. Okay, which is pretty awesome. because a lot of people, got this mentality about, it needs to happen super fast.
Sure. Well, you get excited, and then they get a new home, and they can't wait to get in their new home, and I get it. Yeah.
But I've been doing some stuff, record, breaking times lately. So it's even though I'm dealing with a lot of stuff with appraisers and stuff like that, because they're so booked and everything, so they're booking things out so far out. But just have to kind of adjust and try to get the right person to do it for us and make things happen, for the customer a little quicker.
Yeah.
And if we can do that, then we actually deliver to the borrowers, and the partners in general will be happier. If anything takes longer, it's more like about, a title or appraisal or some kind of situation that is a little out of our control, because that's normal. Okay. That will happen to any company. I don't care which company it is. But if you want a company that's going to take care of you, we are trying to be, and feels like we are the lender of choice at this moment. Okay, and that's one of our lines that we do. We are the lender of choice, the American lender, if you may. If you pay attention to some of the commercials online, that's what they talk about, because that's what we want to be, and that's what we are, ending being every day now.
Sure.
And that's why bringing something new into town, and me being part of it, I'm so excited about it.
Yeah.
Because that's the whole idea, being the lender of choice for everybody.
Absolutely.
And if we can deliver that for people, okay, it's a huge thing. Another thing here at Loan Depot, home means everything to us, which is really cool, because if we're gonna preach and talk about, hey, we're gonna do this, we have to put our action where our word of our mouth is. Okay. And that's kind of what I've done all these years, because I try to deliver this to our borrowers and make sure that it happens for them, make that dream happen for them.
Sure.
And if I can do that here, and that was the whole idea of it, take it to the next level, it's a win-win for everybody. And like I said, at Loan Depot, home means everything. And
Absolutely.
To me, that's a perfect, slogan for me, because that's, to me, home means everything to me as well.
And I can tell you this just from my own personal experience. If you're needing help with the programs, different things like for instance, me, I'm as a veteran, I got my VA benefits and all that. Loan Depot did all of that stuff. So, and I'm telling you right now, my VA loan, my mortgage, with the help of the VA and through Loan Depot, I paid zero money down, no money. I put, normally you got to put 10% down or whatever
it may be.
Not with the VA status. I did not have to put one dime down on it.
And guess what? Let me tell you something that Loan Depot is big for. Okay, and let's be honest, I'm still learning Loan Depot's way. Okay, but I did my research before I came over, and everything that I saw and everything that I heard, it sounded good, and everything that I'm doing is right together with the same part of what I heard and what I saw.
Nice.
And that's huge, because usually sometimes you go to places like, oh crap, I should have not done any changes. That is not the case here, and that's the part that I'm so excited, because I'm just beginning, and learning their ways and how they do it there.
Sure.
The facts still stand, rules and programs are still the same.
Sure.
No matter where you go in some levels.
Sure, but protocols and things may change a little bit.
But now that you mentioned VA, Loan Depot is huge on the VA side of the house. And they're actually doing the 203K for, VA loans, which a lot of lenders don't do because everybody's afraid of those.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and guess what? For our VA people that are listening out there that have a home that maybe a little old that needs some fixing or whatever,
Sure.
guess what? We can do remodeling loans for VA loans as
Oh,
well.
cool.
Which is a big thing that that a lot of people is not aware of that it can be done. And guess
Sure.
what? At Loan Depot, we do that.
Yeah, take advantage of that.
Take
Sure.
advantage, So
Especially if you know you're not going to use your VA loan again, 'cause
Exactly.
You get, I think twice or something. I don't remember.
No, you know what? You could use it as many times as you want, as long as you qualify for it. For example, let's do some teaching for VA people out there that are
Okay.
listening. So if you own a VA loan on a home, right now, let's talk FHA for just a second. Before, if you had an FHA loan on a home and you wanted to upgrade your house to buy a new home and maybe rent this house out or whatever, back in the day, if you had like 25% of equity on the home, FHA would allow you to.
Okay.
Now you cannot. Okay.
Okay.
So you have to clear that FHA loan to be able to do another.
So you got to pay in full. You can't have
Exactly.
two outstanding loans
Exactly.
at the same time.
Or if you were moving to another state, you could.
Okay.
So there's circumstances for everything. That's the part I love about lending because there's so many,
Sure.
so many little
Well-
boxes for all that stuff. But the reason I brought that into the fold, since you're talking about this, is because on VA, okay, you could own a home right now, and in the same time, if you want to upgrade to another home, if you qualify for it, and when your benefits are given to you, allow you to go to buy another home, you could and rent the other house out.
Okay.
You cannot do that on FHA right now.
Gotcha.
Okay? That was taken away.
Okay.
So if a person wants to do that, they can do that, and that's awesome. That's huge. And as far as using the VA, depending on what is the situation, you could use it over and over. Obviously, the fees get higher.
Sure.
It's and I know a lot of people are like, what are you talking about? VA loans are not 100% free. You still have to pay closing costs, and
Yeah.
a lot of people forget that. And they're always like, oh my God, why am I paying for this? Well, the point is still staying. If you do the right negotiation, yeah, you may not pay nothing.
Sure.
Especially if you're buying a house.
Yeah.
All right. So that's true, and I've done it many times. But the cool part about it with a VA is that if you already pay your loan, you could and you still live in the house, but you just paid it.
Sure.
You could buy another one. Or if you decided to rent this one out and you want to upgrade, you also explain why you want to get another home.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And if your benefits cover you and the numbers are working, you can maybe buy another home.
Okay.
Which is really cool. So it doesn't stop. And then to top it off, if you own a home and you've been there for a long time, and like you said, you're not planning to move, you're not planning to use your VA for another reason, anytime soon or whatever, but your home needs some remodeling.
Sure. Take advantage of that.
Take advantage of it,
Sure.
And just give us a call and we'll give you all the details on that.
Yeah.
But the cool part about it is that they can do that.
Yeah.
you know?
And in actuality, obviously, depending on the upgrade you're doing, you're adding value to the property. So in essence, you're making your home more valuable. So you get this loan out, but it in essence is still an investment. It's not necessarily like a loan for a car where there isn't no chance to recoup your cost here.
Exactly.
Here you can actually recoup it and then some if the upgrades and things are depending on what they are, obviously. But yeah,
A lot of people had, give me real good feedbacks that I went ahead and brought in bringing somebody new and started something new in town, which is very exciting. I'm very happy about that,
Sure.
that outcome. If you have asked me what was the main reason for the change, well, you know what? I wanted to be able to do more than what other lenders can. And to begin right away, when I, did the switch, it was a few deals that some other people cannot do. And I didn't understood that because I know the rules. I know, if I'm going to be licensed, I better know some stuff. I don't know everything. I'm not an encyclopedia or anything like that, but I want to be the best lender in town.
Sure.
And that's what I always have said.
you have the knowledge, and what you don't know, you have at your fingertips.
Oh, I have an
And-
awesome team.
Yeah.
OMG. I mean, I'm talking about that. What's the word I'm saying? In thinking in my mind, the sky's the limit.
Gotcha.
You
Got
know,
your dream team here.
If the numbers work and we could meet the guidelines, why should anything stop us? Okay,
Right.
let's be realistic. And that's one of the things. So I do the switch from deals that we couldn't do or some other people cannot do, and I was able to do them without no effort. Totally effortless. It's like, all right, so what they promised me is there, and now I can deliver more. So it was a no-brainer, choice.
Yeah.
So I'm so excited of what I can do for my community, and that I can take it to the next level and help everybody a lot better. Okay, and if people follow my lead, follow my instructions, you know what. They always say if it doesn't fit on the box, then you kind of SOL. The reality is that's not true. You need to maybe empty that box out and put everything back in place, fold it in, better.
Sure.
And then maybe everything fit better.
Got to reorganize the box.
Exactly.
But,
And guess what? That's just the way I always thought.
Sure.
And that's probably why I have been able to do even more, no matter where I was.
Yeah.
So.
Not to mention, he can get as much stuff in the car on vacations as anybody out there. So.
and that's the fact, and if we can do that, why not?
Sure.
And let's be realistic, like you and I always said. People always need a place to live.
Absolutely.
And if you're going to be renting or living with somebody, why not own it? Okay.
Invest in yourself, because that's at the end of the day when you're buying a house, that's what you're doing. Is you're investing in yourself and your family, and that's
and don't be afraid of the interest rate going up. Let me tell you something. Back 15 years ago, actually farther than that. Okay. Back in 2005 when everything went crazy, 2008 and 7. For the mortgage market went all hair wild, and it's like, oh my God, everything is crazy. Interest rates were higher. I bought a house and it was 9.5 interest rate. Okay, and you said that to somebody right now, they'll probably get a heart attack.
Oh yeah, they'd be like, oh my gosh, that's a highway robbery.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It took me twice to refinance to bring it down to 5.9, and we talked about this before in the show.
Yeah.
The facts still stand. We're not going to push you in a bad place. We're not going to give you a loan that you're going to lose your house in 6 months from now.
Yeah.
So all we have to do is readjust a few little things. So nothing have changed. Just the interest rates will just go in a little higher. That's all.
Yeah. The only time you got to be worried about those interest rates is if you're not smart enough to get a fixed rate loan and you have an adjustable rate loan, then you got something to worry about, because those adjustable rates, if it goes to 10%, guess what? You're paying 10%. If it drops down to 2%, then it's a win for you. But it usually doesn't end up that way. I'm just saying.
No, people always think like, oh my God, I cannot buy it. You know how many people call me like, oh, they try me here and they say I couldn't. I got a call yesterday, a referral for a refi. All right. He told me, oh, my bank is giving me hell because I switched, business, and I went on my own 2 years ago. It's like, why is that a problem?
Yeah.
I was like, oh yeah. First of all, it's 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Okay. And I asked him the scenario. It took me 5 minutes just to talk to the guy, and we can do a loan for him.
Sure.
All he wants to do is refinance.
Okay.
Change a few numbers around.
Sure.
So there's a little more cash.
He's already in the system. It's just a matter of,
And his bank is telling him no. It's like, wait a minute, that don't make no sense.
Yeah, they don't look like they're wanting customers, it sounds like.
Well, a lot of lenders out there are a little scared.
Sure.
There's a lot of, risk, that they're taking.
They're doing their risk assessments, and unfortunately,
and they have to hold back.
You talk about boxes checking early. If you don't check the boxes, then they don't want nothing to do with you.
It took me 5 minutes to figure out, there's no reason why you shouldn't have been able. And guess what? I used to be a banker, okay? I should go and get licensed and be a financial advisor and everything too. Just what the heck, But the thing is this: sometimes all you have to do is move a little few things around to make it better for yourself. And what better to talk to somebody that have a little more experience in those things?
Yeah,
the whole idea,
absolutely.
And if you're talking to somebody and they're telling you no, get a second opinion. Okay, I'm here for everybody. You say the word. I always have said, and this is a slogan for myself. Okay. Out of every conversation that I do, I don't have to make $1, okay? But I plan, and see it anywhere I go. So the fact of the story is that you reap what you sow.
Sure.
Okay, and that's even in the Bible, guys. Okay, so if it's in the big book, it must mean something.
It's true to life.
It's true to life.
Yeah.
And I deal with that every single day when I get phone calls and, hey, Eliot, that somebody told me call you this and that, Yeah, sometimes they ask me to do some miracles and stuff like that, and I have to go and open the book of Harry Potter and get a magical wand out.
Get your wand.
But the point still stands. Sometimes all you have to do is move a few things around, okay, and think about the bigger picture, okay. And if you're not getting the answers that you're getting, I'm not saying go all over the place and put your credit everywhere. No, I'm not saying that. But yeah, go to the next person and ask them the scenario that somebody else say no. Okay.
At the end of the day, you're the customer. You're
Exactly.
the one that's getting asking for a service here, and you have an option on who provides that service. And if you're not getting the answers you like from that person, then guess what? Just like any other business or thing, you'd go to a different place to find the answers you want, and it's no different here.
And the fact, in the end of the day, is that there's always a way.
Yeah.
I'm a Trekkie, dude. I mean, I'm Captain Kirk. I don't believe in no-win situations.
Yeah.
There's always a way, okay?
You cheated on the Kobayashi, whatever, Maru, whatever that.
Kobayashi maneuver, No, but the fact is that, we have a good company that is now in town, okay? And today, this month is my birthday. I wanted to do it in January, but there's so many different things that I was doing and learning so many things about the company to feel a lot more comfortable to what I'm going to say. Okay?
Gotcha.
And I've never been a poster boy for any company. I don't care which company it is, but I always promote the company that I work for,
Sure.
and I believe in the companies that I work for.
Sure.
I don't take it lightly, to where I'm going to go and work.
Sure.
Okay.
You're a representative of them as much as they're representing you out there.
Exactly.
And you want to make sure that's a right fit.
But in the end of the day, I work for the borrower. Okay, I'm legally bound to be working for you, and I say this to my customers all the time. You're the boss. I work for you, not you work for me. Now you help me, you give me everything that I need. I'll
Sure.
take it to the end. I use the analogy about football all the time. You the team owner.
Yeah.
And there's coach, there's a coach and this and that. I'm your quarterback. You give me what I need. Give me back my blockers. You give me my
Give me
runners,
receivers,
my
yeah.
receivers. You name it. Give me that kicker, that can put that ball in there. Okay.
Yeah,
And
and then-
guess what? I go down there and score the point for you and make it happen for you. That's what I do.
Sure.
Okay. I even use the taxi driver, analogy. I start talking about, okay, you need to go to the airport. I can take you downtown to the park. Okay, or to the servers, but I'm gonna get you to the airport.
Sure.
So which way would you like me to take you?
Yeah.
Okay, so, and that's kind of what I do every day.
Sure. You the customer are technically in the driver's seat. He's just executed.
Exactly.
Yeah, absolutely. I just saw the time, so we probably should wrap this up. So if you're listening and you're thinking, and by the way, if you're a first-time home buyer and you're kind of confused and like, I don't know, there's a lot of stuff here I don't know. Eliot loves to sit down and explain that to you and educate you and help you through that process. So, when you make this if it's your first time purchase, making it a good experience. So, your next one will be even better with him. That's how he looks at it. So please reach out if you've got questions. If you're whether you're looking to refinance what you got now or get your first time loan, or hey, it's time to buy a new home. Let's talk to Eliot here. Reach out to Eliot. Like I said, the office coming soon. He's got a lead on a few here, but right now he's mobile. So you could reach out to Eliot.
I'm COVID style.
There you go. He's loose and fast. So, you can reach out on his cell, which is probably the best rate right now, 719-237-4680. Again, that's 719-237-4680. 4680. He does have an office number, 505-445-2070. You'll probably have to leave a message, and they'll connect you to.
You'll route it up to me anyway.
Yeah, exactly. And that's probably the best way right now. You can always email him, erodriguez@loandepot.com too.
Correct.
And that's all one word, loandepot.com. So
correct.
Good deal.
And it's a great company. Like I said, number one in technology. We the ones that invented the automatic approval system. Okay, which is a huge thing that has been used for the past 7 years plus. You know what I mean? So their innovations with technology is huge.
Yeah.
And their fast track on closings is awesome.
We've been with them for like 4 years now. We've been very happy with
And
them.
we just launched the Mellow Home app for customers. So you could see your mortgage account.
Yeah.
You can make payments and everything. So you don't need to get on the phone and call anybody anymore.
Yeah.
Okay. So you actually have an app that you can actually see your statements. pay your bills and all kind of stuff like a lot
It's
easier.
all self-driven.
Exactly, and that's
then-
the whole idea, to make it easier for you guys.
And then, of course, if you hit a spot where you want to talk to someone or need
We're
help,
still there for you.
then Elliot's a phone call away. So, very good. Well, thank you as always. Congratulations on the new home.
Thank
and
you.
We look forward to talking each month here, and we'll talk more success stories and more new opportunities. And as the world changes and interest rates and lives change, we'll adapt and keep
Exactly.
people up to date on how to deal with it. So
Exactly.
very good. Well, thank you, sir.
No,
Appreciate
thank
it.
you for having me.
We'll see you next time, okay?
Alrighty.
Don't work too hard. It is 9:52. I say that in jest. I know what he's doing. It's 9:52. Let's do some news. Quick break before we